Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I bet this is going to be a treat, unlike the one we had yesterday. This is Freewheel Brewing Company, and those guys are out of Pennsylvania. They're out of Perkasie, Pennsylvania. This is their Brown Beard Rum Oak Barrel Aged Imperial Brown Ale with coffee added, 10.8%. Big beer. And he's got a sticker on the side. It's got 3/3/16. So this was done on this was bottled on March the 3rd of 2016, and being and there may be a date on here. Like I said, I didn't look it up on the little notes he usually sends. But being a 10.8%er and him having the sticker on it, it may be on the bottle somewhere, or he may have got that information from somewhere else. I don't see it on the label anywhere. It does have 2016 in big letters on the label, but it don't have the month and the day as far as I can see. But anything that's done in rum oak barrel age cask or barrels is usually pretty damn tasty, so we'll find out what this one brings to the table. I'm ready for a good beer after yesterday's beer. This is I know is probably going to be better than what that one was. So let's get on with it. Commercial description says Imperial Brown Aged in cruising, C-R-U-Z-A-N, cruising rum barrels with molasses, cane sugar, and coffee beans. I'm a coffee fan, so that sounds pretty tasty to me, guys. IBUs on this beer, if we got it, no, we do not. We don't have it on any of the three sites telling us what the IBUs are. Not critical on this style of beer. Would like to know, but not critical on this style of beer. So, while I get the cap off, I will tell you the cuisine is barbecue, cheeses are earthy camembert, fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago Kobe, Parmesan, and the meat is beef. That's for the pint, Bacaronic tumbler, mug, style, Sidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass. Let's go down the center, see what we get on a 10.8%er. Kind of brown coming out of the bottle. It says here, not recommended for extended souring. I don't know why. Maybe the coffee will fade. But they put it in a rum barrel. I mean, unless they added coffee after it come out of the rum barrel, how long was it in the rum barrel? Has the coffee already faded by the time it comes out of the rum barrel? So, a lot of variances and variables to adding coffee to the beer, then aging it in a rum barrel, and whether the coffee is going to fade or still be there, or they're adding cold brew coffee after it comes out of the rum. I don't know. So coffee will fade over time if you put it in a beer. So over to the light, guys. It is a murky brown molasses color. I mean, it is a muddy river looking color, which I don't say that to put anybody off, but that's about what I'm getting. It is a brown, toffee, caramel colored beer. And it didn't pour hardly any head at all, and what I did pour is dissipated already. Let's get a nose to it. I am getting the rum. I am not getting the coffee. So if this was put in the bottle on March the 3rd of 2016, and they did not add coffee after it come out of the rum barrels, and depending on how long it was in the rum barrels, this was probably done in 2015, and the coffee may have faded completely as far as the aromas. I'm getting rum, I'm getting a nice sweetness to the back end, but the rum is standing out. It's in the front seat, guys. Definitely got a very nice sweetness to it, and definitely got a nice rum aroma to it. Well, let's give it a taste and see if we can find any coffee in this beer. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Thank you, my brother. Ever so slight hint of the coffee. The rum is standing out, taking up the whole front seat, maybe a leg or two in the back seat. The rum is in the front seat. So it's just like I said. I mean, that is standing out more than anything else. A nice sweet aroma like a barley wine. I'm getting maybe some sweet caramel or molasses or brown sugar. Big rum notes. I mean, very nice aroma. And tasting it, I'm getting the rum and the sweetness. And at the very back of that taste, slight hint of a little bit of coffee. The coffee is very subdued, guys. And like I said, unless they've added coffee afterward and they brewed it with coffee, then put it in the rum barrel, the coffee is going to fade, guys. It's going to fade. And it has in this beer. The coffee is so subdued, unless you were actually looking for it or knew that they had put it in there. I don't even know if you'd even notice the coffee in this beer. But I am getting a hint of it. But it's cold right out of the fridge. So let's let it warm up. And let me sip on it for a little while. I might step out on the deck and fire up a stogie and let it come up, sip on it for 20-30 minutes and see where we end up, see if the coffee comes out a little bit more. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on it about 30 minutes now. The coffee has faded in this beer big time, guys. If it had a big coffee aroma before they put it into the rum barrels, it is very subdued now. And on top of that, it was put in a bottle in March of 2016, and here we are in December of 2016. So whether in March it had a bigger coffee aroma than it, or in taste that it does now in December, I'm not sure. It does have the date right on the sticker that Rico put on there. Impossible to see almost with the beer in the bottle, but he was able to see this very faint, even right now with the beer out of the bottle. It is very hard to see, but they are dating it. So I mean, it's a bottled on date. Thumbs up to those guys there at Free Will Brewing. It does have 2016 on there, but I am not getting huge coffee notes on this beer. Big rum notes. I mean, I'm definitely tasting the rum and a little hints of woodiness and vanilla from that barrel. The rum is taking up the whole front seat, guys. Very tasty beer. I enjoyed this beer. It's very, very tasty. And it's a big beer too, guys. I told you, it's a 10.8%er. I think that's what it's got on here, yep. So, very tasty beer. It'd be a good beer to sell for a while, but the coffee has already faded now. So, and this is going to get worse. If you try to cellar this longer than I have already, the coffee is going to disappear completely probably, and it's almost disappeared now. So, but big rum notes on this, a lot of that. I mean, it's taking up the front seat and probably the whole back seat on this. Very tasty. I enjoyed this. I would buy this beer here, guys, because they are dating it. Hard to see, but they are dating it, and it is a barrel-aged beer, and I'm a big fan of those barrel-aged beers. And I'm a big fan of these big barrel-aged beers at 10.8%. This will put you in the hammer lane pretty quick if you're not used to drinking this style of beer or this big of a beer. This is one I would recommend to drink at home. I don't know if they put these out into the bars or brew pubs for you to drink, but this is a good one to share with somebody, friends, family, other half, or whatever. It's a big beer. It's a very tasty beer, though. So let's do the final chug on this one. And even now, 30 minutes into the beer, wonderful aroma. Big rum notes on this beer. Wow. outstanding as far as I'm concerned. I am not going to leave that. If I could get my tongue down in the bottom of that glass, it would be there. I need Gene Simmons' tongue for that. But excellent beer, guys. Excellent beer. Outstanding beer. And they are dating it, and it does have the ABV on it, so, and not a whole lot. The IBUs I'd like to see, but it's not critical on the style of beer. So I do think it's an outstanding beer. I do think it's an A beer. Definitely worth picking up. I don't think it's quite to the 10 category, but it is damn close, guys. If they didn't have any kind of coffee introduced into this, and it was just a standard rum barrel aged beer, I would say yeah, I would probably go ahead and give it to 10. But since they've introduced coffee and they're saying coffee is there, and the coffee is so subdued at this stage, I don't think it's a good beer to cellar if you're trying to find that coffee note in the beer. So that's just me. That's just my opinion now. That's my 2 cents. So other than that, I think it's an outstanding beer, and I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. Because coffee is so subdued now at this stage of the game. And if you, like I said, if you pick this up and you want to sell it for 2, 3, 5 years or longer, the coffee is going to be gone by then. It's almost disappeared now. So, and I don't know why they would, like I said, if you're doing something with coffee, and then it's just like hops, it will fade over time. And then you're barrel aging this, and whether it's bourbon or rum or whatever barrel, those coffee notes are going to fade over time. So unless they're reintroducing or introducing the coffee at the end of the barrel aging, I don't see why you would add coffee to it and then let it sit in a barrel for 3, 6 months or longer, because it's going to fade. So just my 2 cents, guys. I do think it's 9 out of 10. A numeric rating on this, guys, would probably be 97. That's where I'm going to put this. 97. And we say, oh, you're crazy, it's a 10 beer. I won't argue with that. I mean, it is a very tasty beer. And if I'd have had this in March and the coffee notes had been a little stronger, I may have give it to 10. But right now in December, the coffee notes have faded, but it is an excellent beer to have. It is an outstanding beer. I love these barrel-aged beers. Very nice beer. I would buy this beer. I would buy this beer if it was available here. Alright, you got my rating. Let's go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it is 90 in the outstanding range. My numbers are a little better than that. And over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it's 95. My numbers are better than that. So for our final check-in, we will run over to Untappd, and that says 4.06. A numbers from those guys there too. It is definitely an A beer, guys. It's definitely worth picking up. And I didn't go through the notes to see. A lot of times Rico will send me notes and he'll tell me what he paid for the beer, whether he bought it, it was in a 4-pack or a 6-pack, or if he traded for it or whatever. I didn't go there and look that up. It is an outstanding beer, guys. It is definitely an A beer. And I usually say that about all the barrel-aged beers. There are some exceptions, but most of them, 9 out of 10 of them, are exceptional beers because they have set in a corner somewhere in a barrel, and they've soaked up that rum or bourbon or whatever barrel they put those in, and they are very, very tasty. And they're usually big beers like this one is. They're usually 8, 9, 10% or bigger beers because they have soaked up some of the rum or bourbon or whatever from their standard edition. If they do 2 different versions, they do a regular. Single Cut does, like I just did the TNT, the Bonbon TNT. They do a regular version and they do a barrel-aged version, and usually the barrel-aged versions are bigger. Not always, but usually. So if you've had this one from Freewheel Brewing, this is their Brown Beard 2016 Imperial Double Brown Ale, or Double Brown Ale. Let me know what you think. I thought it was excellent. A great beer, an outstanding beer, an exceptional beer, a great beer to share. And it's only a 12-ounce bottle, so it's not like it's in a 22 or a 500 milliliter or 750 milliliter bottle, but it's still enough to share with your other half or somebody else. So Very tasty. Very, very tasty. I enjoyed it. I would buy this beer. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something out of that fridge. See everybody then.